Hey everyone, it's Andrew. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm super excited to be introducing for the very first time my wellness and fitness planner. This is a wellness and fitness planner that I designed for my own personal use over the past month and a half. And during that time period, I've actually realized that you could resell this through Amazon, through their Amazon KDP website. And so if you check out the link below, you'll find a link to either finding a copy of the softcover version, which is this version, or the hardcover version. You could purchase it directly through there, and the prices will be listed on the website. But it'll be $12.99 for the softcover version or $25.99 for the hardcover copy. What we'll do in this video is first, what I'll do is show you each of the planners side by side. We'll discuss the general layout and the design of the planner. I'll discuss the rationale of why I designed it this way and the intention of how it should be used. And then what we'll do at the end of the video is I'll discuss future directions on how this planner will be improved. This is a first edition and I anticipate it can be improved by kind of decreasing the size, the overall layout, things like that. But this is a first edition. How I designed it, I really designed it for my personal use and I want to improve it from there. So definitely check out the link below, but this video is going to be detailed as far as the inside, outside, everything you need to know about this planner and whether you want to purchase. Okay, so this is my daily wellness and fitness planner. There's two versions of this on the Amazon website. On the right hand side you'll find the soft cover copy, and on the left hand side you'll find the hardcover copy. As far as the overall design and layout, they're virtually identical. There's no difference in the overall internal content. It's just the fact that the soft cover version has a soft cover. It's a little bit more flexible, more prone to damage, and that the internal pages are going to be a little bit lower quality color printing, and so really this option is a little bit more affordable and better from that standpoint. And then the hardcover version, as you can tell, is going to be a hardcover copy that's a little bit thicker, protective as far as the binding and the overall cover, and then on the inside is going to be a little bit better quality printing, where it's a little bit brighter in general. As far as the overall content, there's no difference from that. On the front cover here, you're going to have the artwork that I use for my YouTube channel. This is actually just my own personal painting that I have on the wall of my bedroom. And so I use it for my YouTube, my branding, everything like that. But that's actually the artwork, so it's pretty cool. I like it. Other people might not, but that's kind of the thing there. And then what we'll do is we'll discuss the general content and the layout now. So each of these books are going to be 120 pages internally. They're going to be side by side, where on the left hand side you're going to have a daily wellness planner, and on the right hand side you're going to have a workout or fitness planner. I designed this really with the intention of tracking my workouts, tracking general dashboard metrics of my overall wellness and fitness goals. So that's really the intention behind this. Backstory on this real quick is whenever I go to the gym, I always use like a small blank journal like this for tracking my workouts. And so if you see here, I'll track my workouts by listing the workouts, the reps, the weights I use, and then a lot of times what you'll see is me circling different weights or putting arrows on the sides where I keep track of whether I should increase or decrease a weight. And about a month and a half ago, I got into the idea of organizing this in a better format, and I looked at different fitness planners online, and they really just didn't suit this layout. So I wanted to go down the road of customizing one for myself and printing it, and found out that I could organize all this through Canva as well as combination with Amazon, and that's how I ended up with this planner. As far as on the left hand side, I'm going to zoom in on the camera so you can see a little bit better. Sorry. But on the left hand side you're gonna have, it's gonna say daily planner at the top. You can write the date, day of the week. You're gonna be able to track up to 5 daily goals. You can set these however you want. I really would just use it as overall ballpark metrics. If there's something that I need to do or accomplish for the day, or something I've been focusing on, I'm just going to write that down so I can keep track of it over time. On the top right here is a very small area where you can track your overall general schedule. It's not a huge space, but really for this it's just tracking down kind of what you're doing hourly by hourly throughout the day. So for example, it has 12 hours on the right for the AM and then the PM. So if I was tracking this, say my routine work day, what it basically would be is like 12 to 5 sleeping, wake up, preparation, go to work from 6 to 6, like 7. Basically I work from 6 all the way out to 6 usually. I'll go home, get home around like 6:30, 7 o'clock. I'll go to the gym for an hour, and then usually I spend about an hour or two eating dinner, and then kind of like working on YouTube, studying, whatever it might be for the evening. And so I track that way. I'll say that in college I used a very similar design where I actually just had a full page like this, and I would just write out all the hours and then days of the week, and then I basically would put all of my tasks and my schedule throughout the day. But this is a general ballpark of what you need to do for the day. Then below that, you're gonna have a space that you can track your overall nutrition. So breakfast, lunch, dinner, you can track your calories, protein, fat, carbs, basically just add it up for each meal. You can put snacks or other meals throughout the day, and then if you take any supplements. And then on the left-hand side is an area where you can just circle or track your general wellness metrics. So your mood for the day, it basically can track 5 different ways of rating it, from poor all the way up to great, whatever you want to label it. Whether you meditate or not throughout the day, I find that meditation is very beneficial for my overall mental and spiritual well-being. So I tend to try to meditate for about half an hour a day before I go to sleep, just to kind of set me in the right mindset for like the next day. Tracking hydration or water status of like how much you drink throughout the day. With my schedule and how busy I am, sometimes I just don't drink water for days at times, and so it's very important for me to just drink water. So just by keeping track of this, it's making sure that I'm doing that on a regular basis and I maintain my hydration. I know it's simple, but it works for me. And then sleep, this can just track how many hours you sleep, so just write it down, and then whether the quality was overall good or bad. Your energy level, very similar scale to the mood, and then your coffee or caffeine intake. So the reason why I put all these down is that over the years I found that if I can get a general understanding or dashboard of how I'm performing on these metrics and keeping track of my goals, purpose in life, whatever I'm doing, and my overall nutrition, it makes sure that I don't run into burnout or prevent me from like performing well on a regular basis. So if you can keep track of this and maintain it, and just set the goals of drinking 8 glasses of water, meditating every day, monitoring your mood, sleeping anywhere from like 6 to 8 hours in my instance, and minimizing my caffeine intake, because sometimes I drink higher than 5 cups of coffee and it makes me jittery and I go through caffeine withdrawal. I do better overall, and it's better for me for my overall self-care, well-being, that sort of thing. Additionally, at the bottom here, you're gonna have space for kind of whatever you want to do with this space. So put comments for the day, journal, whatever you want to do. There's a little space there for self-reflection, the comments you want to make, and if you want to compare side by side one day to the next, you can keep comments there of why you might have had a bad day. Was there an event during the day that happened? Did somebody close to you pass away? Did somebody get sick? Did some other stressor happen? Did some big event happen? So you can track that down there. So that's the wellness side of it. That's why I designed it the way it is and how I designed it. And then the workout planner, I actually really like the design, and I like the layout of how this is structured, but it's got a workout planner. Very similarly, you can put the date, the day of the week. You can mark down whether you warm up. I'll usually do like a 5-minute warm up workout, or like workout on a treadmill or some exercise equipment at the start of my workout, whether you stretch at the end, and then whether you cool down. If you want to track the start and end times of your workouts, of the overall time, you can do that and potentially put the total time below that. If you have a workout name, you can list that there. And then below that, you have space for tracking your exercises, whether they be body weight or weightlifting. So here you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 exercises. You can track up to 8 exercises, and then very similarly for each of those exercises, you have space to track up to 6 sets, as well as the reps related to that. And then on the right hand side is something unique to what I do in my workouts, is that anytime I do a workout, it's usually about a month time period where I cycle through like different workouts and kind of repeat them on end for a month time period. And so if I'm doing an exercise, say I do squats and I do like 3 reps or 3 sets, I mean, and I find that the weight's more or like too heavy, then I'll decrease it down for the next weight or something like that, or next time I come to that exercise. And so here I have basically what you can track down whether you want to increase, say more, stay, or decrease the weight for each of these exercises. And the benefit of this is that when you go to work out the next time, you're going to be you'll immediately know what was the weight you should use based on the last time you exercised with that weight. And so there's been evidence from an athletic standpoint, a weightlifting standpoint, that if you track these metrics, like track your exercise on a regular basis, the weights you use, the reps you use, and kind of your overall performance, your gains or your improvement is much better, because you can immediately go back to the weight you need, and you're not wasting reps or sets on like a weight that's too low or too high. And so it really optimizes your exercising so that you can continually improve on a regular basis. And so that's how that's laid out. I think it's a very streamlined structure, and I really like the layout of it, how it is. I'm absolutely going to use this. I haven't used this planner yet, but it's kind of the layout and the rationale behind that. Below that, I have a space for cardio workouts, so you can put any exercise here: treadmill, bike, elliptical, whatever it might be. You can look at the time, the distance you traveled, the speed you did, the intensity, heart rate, calories, whatever you want to track off of that. So I'll probably put like treadmill, 20 minutes, ran whatever 3.5 miles. You don't really necessarily need the speed, but like you can do that, or speed would be like 8.5 or something like that. And then if you want to track your heart rate and things like that. And then on the bottom here is something kind of different, that you can track overall the workout quality, whether it's bad, okay, or good. And then you can track your mood rating for the day. I find that my mood and kind of the different factors throughout the day do influence my workouts, and so it's good to track that over time. And then you can put comments here if you want to make comments. So that's really it. That's how the planner works. So this is 120 pages side by side, where it's wellness planner on the left, workout planner on the right. I will say that the side kind of general impressions on the layout and kind of where this will move, kind of like how this planner will be improved moving forwards. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start using the soft cover version, because I like the layout. I like the fact that, sorry, I'll speak to pricing. So the pricing is $12.99 for the soft cover version. As far as the cost related to that, through Amazon, it costs them $5.31 to make this, but they mark it up so that they make at least 60% profit off of this. And the commission that I get off of this, or the royalty I get off of this, is $2.48 per book. So that's the price for that. The hardcover version, we'll just flip through real quick, but I'll discuss the pricing. So this style one is a little bit more expensive, a little bit pricier than I would like, but it's $25.99. It costs Amazon $14.18 to make this, and off of this I make a royalty or a commission of only $1.41. So I have not marked this up substantially. I never intended to sell this, really. It was just something that was designed in the process, but I did want transparency as far as the pricing and why it's priced the way it is. So we went through the soft cover version real quickly. We'll flip through the hardcover copy. So the hardcover copy has a harder binding. This is about the thickness of 120 pages. Ideally, it's 8 by 11 as far as the size, so it's pretty big. So ideally, I would actually prefer something thicker and smaller like this. And so if you look at what I usually use, this is almost 4 times the size, and it's much bigger than I would want. However, I'm playing with the idea of how to cram all this information into like this sort of size, and so I'm playing with the idea of how I can improve this, but we'll discuss that at the end. So the hardcover copy, that's the hardcover binding, and basically the pages are identical. The only difference is that the overall quality of the print is a little bit better. So if you look at the soft cover version, it's a little bit hazier and less saturated color like image. This hardcover version has a glossier finish. It's not the best as far as like a step up. So overall, my impressions are that the softcover version I think is a very affordable at $12.99. It's definitely a good option. With 120 pages, you'll get about 3 months of use out of this before you need to buy a new one. So you can try that out from that standpoint. The hardcover copy, I'm kind of like about the fact that it's $25.99. I think that's expensive for what it is, and I really wanted a hardcover copy, but it's not what I want it to be. And so what I'll likely do is I'm going to try to somehow downsize this to this size in either a workout only planner, or removing some of these metrics here or streamlining them to make them smaller so that it fits in like this type of log, so that you can easily throw this in your bag, carry it around with you, and not have to have a big bulky notebook from a planner standpoint. I know that people do enjoy having a larger planner, so that's why I printed it this way, but kind of my intention is to at least get a hardcover version in a smaller format, so it's a little bit more streamlined for if you want to go to the gym, hold this around and not have to carry a giant book with you. So that's really all I have. If you have questions, comments about my daily wellness planner, I'd be happy to answer them. If you look on Amazon's website, Amazon does not have the actual internal pages listed there at the top of the listing. So however, if you scroll down, you will see these pages below. So you can definitely see that there as well. So that's really all I have for today. So thanks for watching. Obviously, if you're interested in purchasing this, I'd always appreciate it. It's something that I really intended for my own personal use as a planner, and so I'm going to improve upon it as I use it in the upcoming months, but it's something that I did want to make available to my viewers as well as my friends, family, anybody that needs a planner like this, so that they don't have to replicate this themselves, because I already did the work for designing it and creating the planner based on kind of what I typically need throughout my life and what I find to be important wellness like metrics from a physical, mental, and like spiritual well-being.